How many more crushing losses? How many more soft goals? How many more evenings of stomach-churning uncertainty must the Edmonton Oilers and their loyal fan base endure before anyone, steps up and stabilizes the most critical position on the ice? We're talking about the Stanley Cup window here. The time is now, and yet the net remains a revolving door of inconsistency. After another demoralizing thumping, this time a 5-1 defeat at the hands of the Buffalo Sabres, the spotlight is once again, and perhaps unfairly, blazing on the Oilers' crease. Stuart, Skinner, Calvin, Pickard. The numbers are simply not adding up to a playoff-caliber performance. And that is precisely why a familiar, respected name has surged to the front of the trade talk queue, echoing through the halls of oil country. Cam Talbot. Is bringing back a former flame an act of desperation? Or is it the shrewd, surgical move that finally plugs the hole and saves Edmonton's season? Tonight, we dive deep into the swirling trade buzz. This isn't a wish list. This is a necessity check. Let's lay the ice-cold facts on the table. The Oilers are bleeding from 1,000 cuts, but the most visible wound is between the pipes. On Monday night against Buffalo, the 5-1 scoreline tells a story of defeat. But the underlying issue is the persistent, nagging lack of stability. While Skinner wasn't solely responsible for the defeat, the cumulative effect of his inconsistency is creating a climate of sheer nervousness. He takes the hit in the numbers, and the macro view is undeniable. The confidence of the team, and more importantly the faith of the fans, is being chipped away game by game. Then you have Calvin Pickard. With all due respect, his struggles have been even more pronounced, offering no genuine relief or viable tandem partner. When your $20 million-plus stars are relying on goaltending that simply isn't holding up its end of the bargain, you're not a contender, you're a lottery team in disguise. The desire to see what's out there isn't just growing, it's practically a 5-alarm fire in the Oilers' front office. The question is, what can they realistically acquire that can make an immediate difference without mortgaging the future? This is where the plot thickens and the whispers start turning into a roar. For those who remember, Cam Talbot was an integral part of the team's return to the playoffs years ago, fondly remembered for his composed presence. He's a known quantity, a respected veteran, and, critically, a player who understands the immense pressure cooker that is the Edmonton market. Several well-connected insiders, notably David Pagnotta, have repeatedly hammered this point home. Talbot is a prime midseason target. Why? It's a trifecta of cap-friendly, contract expiring, and low hassle. Low cap hit, crucial for an Oilers team already scraping the ceiling. Expiring contract, a short-term solution, offering relief without long-term commitment. No-trade protection, making a move significantly simpler for Detroit. Pagnotta's analysis rings true. If I'm the Oilers, maybe that's a call worth making. Talbot, currently lighting it up with the Detroit Red Wings, would be highly motivated to join a potential contender. And let's be clear, despite the current rough patch, the Oilers are built to contend. His numbers with the Red Wings are solid. A 7-2-0 record with a 2.71 GAA and a .89 save percentage. These aren't Vezina-level statistics, but they are the definition of stable, serviceable, and consistent, precisely the qualities missing in the Oilers' crease right now. He's not a superstar, but he is immediate insurance, a steady hand to pair with Skinner and provide much-needed support and a competitive push. Now, before we pencil Talbot into an Oilers jersey, we must acknowledge the complexities of a mid-season trade. The fact is, Talbot is currently playing well for the Detroit Red Wings and getting looks. A team that is battling for a playoff spot themselves is not simply going to hand over a valuable asset. The Red Wings are not necessarily thinking about moving him yet. However, the dynamics of a trade are always shifting. If the Red Wings start to fade, or if the Oilers come forward with an enticing offer, the conversation changes instantly. The most appealing aspect of this potential trade is what the Oilers don't have to do. They wouldn't have to move Stuart, Skinner. In fact, it's highly unlikely the Red Wings would even want a goalie in return, given their own situation. The assets the Oilers would have to surrender, likely draft capital or a mid-level prospect, are unclear, But they would be trading for a rental player, which typically doesn't demand a king's ransom. But here's the cold shower. Oilers Daily is reporting that a Talbot return is deemed unlikely, with the suggestion that the netminder himself may not be eager to return to the immense spotlight and scrutiny of Edmonton. This is the crucial counterpoint. Does a veteran comfortable in his current role want to jump back into a high-pressure situation on a team that is currently struggling to find its identity? That is the question Ken Holland will have to answer. Here's the takeaway, the core message we want you to grasp tonight. The crisis is real. The Oilers' goaltending situation is not sustainable for a genuine contender. A change must be considered, and quickly. Talbot is the logical fit. Due to his cap-hit contract status and known composure, Cam Talbot represents the most realistic, budget-friendly, and immediate upgrade option available on the market right now. He is the definition of a win-now stabilizing force. This isn't just about winning the next game. It's about instilling confidence in a championship-caliber roster. The team needs to know that one mistake, one breakdown, isn't going to turn into a runaway train. They need a wall, not a sieve. If the Oilers want to salvage this season, they need to stop waiting for miracles and start making moves. Talbot may not be the superstar savior, but he is a dependable safety net, and right now, dependability is the most valuable commodity in Edmonton. The buzz is building, the pieces fit. Now it's up to the Oilers brass to dial the number. Will they seize the moment or let this golden opportunity slide past the post? The narrative in oil country has become painfully predictable. Stunning offense, brittle defense, and inconsistent goaltending. Breaking that cycle requires bold action, not passive observation. If Cam Talbot can be acquired for a reasonable package, it's not just a good trade, it's an imperative. It's a trade that buys this team time, instills veteran calm, and most importantly, keeps the door to their Stanley Cup dream from slamming shut. The Oilers have the talent. They need the fortitude. Do you believe a Cam Talbot reunion is the stabilizing force the Oilers desperately need? Or is this another case of an emotional throwback, distracting from a deeper issue? Smash that like button if you think this is the move Ken Holland absolutely must make. And drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your trade packages and whether you think Talbot has what it takes to handle the pressure once more. Let's keep this urgent conversation going. We read every single comment, and your take on this crisis matters.